That's interesting. Like, nigga, you thought I was lying? You thought I wasn't telling you the truth? The fuck? Like, I told you who I am. I told you who I am. I told you what I'd be doing. And now you finally see and you're salty and you're mad that I see who you are and the type of shit that you be on. Like, that makes you mad. You know, like, come on now. You know, this was never that. And I was never her, you know. And that's something that I feel like I just had to, like, for my own sake, I had to kind of, like, let him know. You know, it's like, yeah, I was out of my mind and I was off of my throne for a little bit. And I would teeter back and forth on it because I kept ignoring what I knew and what I was feeling, because I like to give people chances, because I felt like growing up I wasn't given chances. I wasn't allowed to make mistakes. And so I feel like that's why, and also I have a very hopeful, giving heart, a very nurturing nature. So like, I'm quick to forgive people, and I'm quick to like let people walk all over me and my boundaries and shit. Or at least that's how I used to be. And so I feel like as I became more self-aware and more like strong and just like standing on business with my 10 white toes, then it's like, oh, you're a hoe, or you're nothing, or you ain't on shit, or, you know, you ain't gonna do it, trying to speak doubt and worry into my plans and what I already know is true and have known is true before this nigga even came in my life. You know, and even in my dreams, like, I know that I'm so heavily protected, so loved, so valuable, so special, and just like this orb of light is just like constantly surrounding me and constantly reminding me of who I am, what I'm here to do, and like talking me up and letting me know, like, you're not tripping, like, you're totally right. You know, what you feel, what you know, what you see in your dreams, and when you wake up in this reality, it's connecting and I'm seeing it. Like, for instance, right, I had a dream where I was like in a bed with a snake, and I had been seeing Doja Cat a lot recently, and seeing how like the cycles that were kind of ending right now, like, for instance, her with the relationship with the boyfriend who's jealous of her and her success, and, you know, her prowess and her power and stuff like that. Same thing with me. Like, I feel like he was only okay with me when I was like not fully who I am and not fully aware of myself, my worth, my power, my creativity, my value. It's like he was totally fine with me when I was like, you know, like this to him. But then when I'm like this, then it's like he loves that, but then he also hates that. And it's so confusing to me, because I'm like, the same stuff you love me for is the same stuff you hate me for. And then it also kind of fucked with my ego and my sense of self, because I was attaching my sense of self to whether or not he comes to see me, or whether or not he calls me, or whether or not he texts me, or whether or not he compliments me, which is just a form of me giving my power away. And that was something that I had learned from my mother and her relationships, and just even other relationships that I had seen like displayed in my life, and feeling like I had to like check off these boxes. It's like, no, no, it's your life. You can do what you want to do, look how you want to look, say what you want to say, be how you want to be. Like, that nigga comes last, you know? I just feel like he was a snake that I saw in my dream. And I noticed how I didn't show any fear of the snake. I was in a bed, and the snake was in the bed with me, and I just wrapped the snake up in like a t-shirt and kept laying in the bed. You know, like, I didn't even move it, I didn't run, I didn't scream. And it reminded me of the Divergent first movie, that scene where she had taken the test, and like the dog was there, and it was supposed to be something that where somebody would react in fear, where they would like fight or flight. You know, you would either run away from the dog or run to it. And I've noticed, like, I see myself in my dreams before, where I'm the one that, well, I'll see danger and I'll run towards it, or I'll protect other people, or I'll fight back, you know, or stand up, you know, warrior spirit. That's part of my archetype, or at least one of them. And I realize now that I just, like, I found it's kind of funny, you know, like, I would be less than who I am because I wanted him to accept me. So I was like trying to like diminish and lessen who I am to make him, to get his approval and to get his love, which was never love because he's been a snake the whole time. And me in the beginning was able to see that. And I remember like plenty of times where he showed me how he really cared about me, you know, and how he really felt about me. And me being like, okay, you don't care about me? Fine, leave me alone. I just want to be alone. I remember running away from him hurting me, hitting, you know, just putting me through literal hell, physical, emotional, mental, all of it. And I don't really, I think it's like, I fell for the words and not the actions. And him saying that, you know, he wanted a future and he wanted family and he loves me and that he's sorry and that he you know, knows what he did was wrong. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not like you don't know, but it's also worse because it's like you do know it's wrong, but you still did it and you still do it, you know. And I think it's because that my sense of self got caught up in it, where it was like, well, why doesn't he want to see me? Like, aren't I me, majesty? Like, I'm colorful, I'm beautiful, I'm rare, I'm smart, I'm kind. And it reminds me of a previous relationship I had that I guess I never really healed from, where I fallen in love with this guy in high school. And I was listing off, I remember being in the stairwell and he was breaking up with me. And I was listing off all these good things about me. And I'm like, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm that. He literally, like, it was not enough to keep him. He just didn't want to be with me. And I just didn't understand it. And I remember my mom telling me how, like, she still wasn't picked. She was, like, a good girl. And she was, like, smart and funny and charismatic and energetic and attractive. And it just wasn't enough for my dad to stay with her. And so I realize now that I'm kind of, like, going through these cycles that were kind of passed down to the things that my mom didn't heal, that I'm living, and that I need to be the one, the mother, because I'm the new mother, and I'm going to be fostering a new family, a new generation, that like I need to heal this within myself so that my daughters and my granddaughters don't experience these same things, right? So even like with Q, like, I realize you don't have the power like I do. You know, you don't decide what I'm worth. Your actions don't determine who I am and what my value is and what my future is, what my destiny has always been. You know, it's kind of like I got caught, like I got lost in this like maze, this like forest, where I didn't even realize that the forest was constructed to help me. You know, I thought like, oh, I was finally gonna have like a savior, and it's like, honestly, you were the one that saved him. Like, yeah, like, just really realizing who the fuck I am and realizing that waiting for him to realize that is a waste of my time, because in all reality, he knows exactly who I am. He sees who I am. He knows that I'm beautiful. He knows that I'm gorgeous. He knows that I'm a genius. He knows that I'm exciting. He knows that I'm interesting. He knows that I'm rare. He knows I'm queen. He knows I'm wifey. He knows my pussy is good. He knows I'm funny. He knows I'm charismatic. He knows I'm comforting. He knows I'm magical. He knows all these things. And if he doesn't, he'll realize it too late. You know? Because I realized that I'm not a revolving door. I'm not a doormat. And I'm not some damsel in distress. There's plenty of things that I went through that I got myself out of. when I met him, I knew he was trouble. That's why I played with it. I wasn't like, it wasn't nothing. It really didn't mean anything to me when I met him. And I realized that I kind of like, I think I'm so used to chaos and like having to survive things that it's like, hey, I don't care if this hurts me. I survived much worse than this. Like, bring it on. And it's like, no, I don't deserve that. Like, why put myself in a situation that I don't even deserve? Yes, I can withstand it, but why should I even like? I don't even need to have to withstand anything. Like, I don't deserve that. So yeah, this relationship taught me a lot, and I feel like it gave me these last little lessons I needed before I move into this new chapter in my life, which I'm in already, but like I'm seeing now like why I had to let him go, and I just have to be like, and I can admit now, even still, the fact that he's not texting me or not in my face, it's like, how dare you not still try to mentally manipulate me and waste my time? How dare you not try to waste my time and drain my energy? Like, why? And it's like, girl, because I know damn well if he was to end up knocking on the door right now, my heart would start racing. I would feel anger. I would feel all these negative emotions. And I would be like, I would feel disrespected. I know how I feel whenever I stop. Like, after we stop hanging out with each other, I know how I feel, and I don't want to feel that way anymore. And I don't care about the history. Okay, no. I do care about the history. I care about the good memories, and I care about the lessons that I learned. And so that's what I'm going to take with me. But, you know, it's like, I'm that bitch. And I'm that bitch. You know? So, yeah. And I've been that bitch. I've really only improved, which is like mind-boggling, because you would think that coming from such a toxic place and going through so many toxic, heartbreaking, heavy things in this span of what, a year, that I would like revert back or I would get worse, but I just improved. So I want to give myself claps for that, because you're that girl, you know, you really did that. You did that, you know, and I think you deserve that acknowledgement of that, because, you know, he is that snake. Yep, he is. And you're such a sweetheart that you want to paint everybody as like this beautiful picture, and you want to see the best in everything. And you're the type of person that you want to forgive people, and you like to see it from other people's point of view, but you need to understand that you come first. You're the most valuable person here. You're the main character. So, and like, respectfully, fuck him. Like, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. You got your new job, your skin is clearing up, your body is snatched, you're recovering your tattoos, you're keeping your space clean, your pussy's pretty, you're smarter, you're stronger, you're healthier. You get your rest in, you do your skincare routine now, you keep your hair done, you wear your jewelry, 10 white toes, standing on business. Like, don't let that nigga treat you lame, because you never was lame. You never been average. So if he can't treat you the way you need to be treated, then remove yourself. And you did that. You spoke your truth. You let him know what the fuck it is. And now it's over. No, he does not get any more chances. No. Do you hear me? No. 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 I'm so fucking serious. No.